Hi everyone, and this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Rocket Raccoon action figure. So before we take a look at Rocket, let's take a look at all the accessories that he comes with. First up, he comes with the torso of Mantis. It's the only figure I have from this wave so far. And he actually comes with a minifigure, Baby Groot in his Ravager uniform. Now this figure is actually really detailed. He's got a lot of straps and pouches sculpted in. I think his eyes are the wrong color though. I think they're supposed to be black with a gold pupil. If I'm not mistaken, I might be. But it's got a lot of detail for such a tiny figure. And he's got that dry brushing of black over his head and his feet. That looks really nice. This figure is really detailed. And it can't really stand up too well. I'll have to angle the camera just a little bit. He's a little flimsy. So he can't stand up at all. And he can't stand on Rocket. Or I would have preferred him to have like some swivel arms. That way you could at least get him like grabbing a hold of Rocket's ear. That way you could have him like posed on his shoulder. But you can't. And Rocket comes with an alternate head. I really love this expression. It's a really angry, snarling Rocket. I think that looks really nice. I think the eyes came out really nicely. I think the fur is sculpted nicely. It's got a dry brushing of black over it, as you can see. So I think that looks really nice. And you can just change out really easily. His head's got a ball joint. Just pops on like that. So there's the Rocket with its alternate head. Although I do prefer his just normal head like that. And then he comes with two pistols. It's got this one that's black with the dry brushing of gunmetal. I love the collar on it. It's got a lot of sculpting detail. It surprises me like when small things like this are sculpted really nicely and have lots of detail even though they're so tiny. I just love the collars. I think the collars look really nice on this. And you can see that these two are different. They look completely different. And to fit them into Rocket's hands, you can put either one in either hand, but I'm just going to put this one over here. And they wedge in a little hard, but that's nice because then he won't drop them like that. You can go like that. It doesn't even move. And then I'm going to put this one in this hand, in his right hand. There. I think that looks really nice. I really love this. So there's the detail on his normal head. And it's got him kind of going like that, making kind of an angry face, but not like yelling like the other head. It's got a lot of detail on his head. I think it looks really nice though. I like all the different collars that were used. There maybe that. I think the light's reflecting off of it a little bit. You can see the eyes a little better that way. I think it looks really nice. Plus, all of his fur has a dry brushing, a little bit of dry brushing of black. Like on his arms, he has a dry brushing of that light brown right there, like the tan kind of color. So I think that looks really nice because on top of the immaculate sculpting detail, he has the paint detail that I think just makes it look more like fur. Like compared to the first Rocket, the Rocket from the first movie, his fur's just kind of all one color. And I don't like that because there's really not a lot of detail to it. Plus, I think this one's huge compared to this one. I just think, yeah, he is bigger. So I'll do more comparison in a minute after I go over all the details and stuff. There are his straps in his new suit. I like this new suit better too. I just think he looks cooler in blue. He's got lots of detail on his suit. He's got these pads right here on his thighs. It's sculpted really nicely. And then he's got his tail right there, which has a lot more detail and like sculpting than the first one. Again, his tail is just like straight pointing down, and this one's kind of curved, and you can move it out like that, and it's on a swivel, on two swivels. This one's just one swivel, just does that. There's just not a lot of detail to his tail on this one. And this one there is. You can see all the detail. Like this one's just sculpted a little bit and this one's sculpted a lot. So I really love that. I actually think this is one of my favorite toys of this year so far. I just really love it. So now I'm going to go over his articulation. He's got a ball jointed head that can move back just a little bit. Move down just a little bit. It can move side to side, and it's the same with the alternate head, because the only thing that's different is the jaw. He's got ball jointed shoulders that can move out very far. Although the right arm, like the shoulder and the elbow, does tend to stick on me just a little bit, but it's nothing major. He's got a single jointed elbow, and he's got a swivel wrist that can just move like that. He's got a ball jointed diaphragm that can move back that far and down pretty far. Move down just a little bit. He's got ball jointed legs that can completely do a split. He can completely do a split. I really like it when toys can do that. I don't know why, because probably I'll never get him in this position, but I just like that. He can kick forward that far. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a single jointed knee. And it is a little tricky. The joint does stick on this a little bit, but it does swivel to the side too. And then he's got swivel at the ankle. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. And his tail, he's got a swivel that can move up and down all the way. And it can rotate and then move side to side. Well, you kind of have to move it around there. So I really love that. And for this figure, it's got a lot more articulation than the first one did. The first one had little to no articulation. And just comparing the face sculpts here, you get Rocket Raccoon how he normally looks, because this face kind of looks grumpy. And then you see this one. He just looks so sad. I mean, he looks really, really, really sad. Then you get this one that's grumpy. Then you get sad Rocket Raccoon. Trying to get them both in frame there, so you can see him there. And this one's just bigger too. Let me see if I can get them to stand together. I probably won't be able to now that I'm actually doing a review. Ah, there, I did. And the first one is bigger. He's just bigger and taller. And I think this one's more size accurate. And then here's Baby Groot compared to the evolution of Baby Groot that's just normal, not in his Ravager uniform. Now both of these do have trouble standing up because of the feet. They're kind of sculpted kind of weirdly on the bottom. Like this one, he's got 1 foot up. Like he's got 1 foot up and 1 foot back. And that makes him not be able to stand, and this one can't stand either. I really wish it could, though, because like for doing the review, just wants to fall over. Yeah. And this one will just fall over too. And then here Rocket is compared to the evolution of Groot, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Groot. And this one, you can get him on Groot's shoulder better with this version. I'm going to show that off. Of course, now it's not going to go. Just before this review, I had him on there perfectly. Now he's not going to go. But if you fiddle with him enough, you can get him on Groot's shoulder posed perfectly. Maybe if I do this. Of course not. But before this review, he was standing on Groot's shoulder just fine. So overall, I really love this toy, and it's my favorite Rocket so far, because I have the comic Rocket 2. And I think that this one is probably the best Rocket that we've ever gotten. Because, like I said, with this first one, he just looks really, really sad. Plus, he has no leg articulation. He just has a swivel at the waist, and that's it. The articulation is, he doesn't even have a ball jointed diaphragm. It's really different. It's not even the same. So, I really love this one because Hasbro improved on the articulation, the sculpt, the paint apps, everything. So I would highly, highly recommend this. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.